Good evening. This is just a brief tropical weather update on this Saturday, July 14th. As we take a quick look into the eastern Pacific, we see that Amelia is continuing to fall apart as it moves into cooler waters and drier air. In the meantime, however, we've got Fabio to the east, which is continuing to strengthen. In fact, the Hurricane Center has had to issue a special advisory as the winds have increased to 105 miles per hour, thus making this a Category 2 on the hurricane wind scale. And the forecast track continues to take the storm more toward the northwest, and as you can see, it's forecast to weaken down to a tropical depression, primarily due to a lot of dry air that we see on the water vapor imagery, but also, as we've been saying all along, the sea surface temperatures drop off below 26 degrees Celsius rather quickly, so we should see dissipation fairly rapidly over the next several days. In the Atlantic Basin, the wet pattern continues over the Bahamas, South Florida, and the Central Gulf Coast, and as we take a look at the water vapor, you can see the reasons why. We've got an upper tropospheric trough that's draped across much of this region. We've got an upper level low to the east of the Carolinas. We've got a second, weaker upper level low situated over the Florida Keys, and we do have a weak inverted surface trough that is pushing into the lower Mississippi Valley. But with all of these troughs in place, conditions are not going to be favorable for any of this convection to spawn any tropical development. We went into a lot of detail as to why we think the conditions overall may become a little bit more favorable for tropical cyclogenesis toward the final week of July, but we still think that at least for the next week or 7 to 10 days, conditions will still not permit any tropical development. And even though we have a tropical wave that is forecast to make it into the Central Caribbean based on the CMC model by day 6, so far the CMC is not latching on to any tropical cyclone formation. Also, the latest 7-day forecast from the GFS is also not hinting at much activity for the foreseeable future. So that wraps up your tropical weather summary for this Saturday. Overall, things are looking good in the tropics this weekend, but we'll give it one more look sometime tomorrow afternoon, so keep it tuned to 28storms.com and the Hurricane Tracker app for more updates.